This is a dumb question, but I thought I'd just go ahead and ask it right away. Physwolf, are you physical? Are you like really in shape? Like what?
Well, it's for physics. I'm not actually that original with names. It's like Physics Wolf because I did a PhD in physics.
You have you do, or are you currently trying? Are you a doctor?
No, I yeah, I'm a doctorate. So I graduated in 2018.
So you're Dr.
With my
Physwolf.
PhD. Yeah.
And yet, wait a minute. You know, it's rare to meet well-educated people in VR chat. You know,
There's a couple though. We got a nice little group going.
Of just doctors.
No, not just doctors, but like just STEM furries in general. They meet on VR chat. Though honestly, they're a bit more active of a Discord group. Since a lot of the members aren't on VR chat, but it's technically a VR chat group.
Okay, so you got a doctorate in physics, and then you're like, oh, I just want to do DJing for fun, correct?
Yeah. But exactly.
But are you continuing to DJ everywhere and do stuff, or did you just go up on the stage?
Yeah. No. I've been DJing at lots of cons, lots of other VR events, like help run Doghouse Rave Night, which we've been going for like 3.5 years now. So we've had, I don't know, I guess like 60, 80 events over the years with that. Also do like some like it feels like it's always furry stuff, but like non-con, non-VR, like IRL events stuff too as well. DJ a bunch of things. It's always furry though. It always seems to be furry.
Yeah,
to DJ a non-furry event.
Was it birds of a feather flock together?
Yeah, exactly.
Furs of a hair stick right over there.
Stick right over there.
So, as you can tell, I have no doctorate in anything. So when did you start DJing?
I started about 4 years ago, I guess. It was just before Furality Legends, actually.
So why did you start doing it?
I just, you're hanging out with some friends in VR, and you're just putting music on, and I was noticing people were enjoying music that I was putting on the player, and I don't know, it felt like a zero barrier to entry hobby. Like some people suggested trying to DJ, and I'm like, I looked into it. I got a free piece of software, mixed like MI and I don't know, just put together a couple mixes just with like keyboard and mouse, and I'm like, screw this, let's get a controller, and then just kind of snowballed. So
you just kind of learned on your own, I take it.
Yeah, like just watching like YouTube videos, like tutorials and stuff like that, and asking people.
Okay, wow, all right. Well, there you go, you self-starter. Okay, and then so why did you apply to be a part of the Furality thing?
So again with Legends, especially, the club at Legends was just insane. Like with the giant robot and like the big industrial theme, and so that made me, clearly that inspired me to play, and like I applied for Aqua. I didn't get into Aqua, and also applied then for Silva, and did manage to get into Silva, and played for Silva as well. And it's so much fun it kind of gives you access to sort of that. I mean, it's a literal big stage, but like it gives you access to that like big stage, like like I'm probably never gonna play at DEF CON or something like that, but it really has the same kind of effort, I guess would be a way to put behind it. Like the whole Furality team like puts together this insane performance, and it kind of I think you really feel like you're kind of like the focal point of that, but really like 90, 95, 98% of that is just all the stuff that everyone else is putting in around you, like all the stuff and the lighting and stuff, and it just, I don't know, it feels cool to just be a part of that, and so that was kind of inspiring.
Well, expand upon your experience with people doing the 90%, as you say. Talk to me about who you dealt with, what happened, so on and so forth.
Yeah. So in both cases, certainly I'm putting together the audio, but you have a team assigned to do your lighting, to help, with visuals, to help with skits and so on. Like, so for Somna, we recorded 2 skits. Like, well, there's kind of one at the intro sort of thing. There's one sort of in the middle. So the production team helped with that. And clearly all the people, kind of like the next step back that are building the world and that are making all of that even, possible and so on. So just a massive, massive team.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people here in this little team.
And you guys doing these things. I love these interviews. They're really fun. I think that they kind of they introduce, especially like the ones you get at like the start of the performance. I think it kind of sets it up because I don't know. I feel like the average attendee doesn't, they're not in the club universe, and they don't necessarily know who they're about to listen to and so on. So I think it kind of creates kind of like a fun, more personal sort of atmosphere to it.
If you like these kind of interviews, please subscribe down below. Or over there, I don't know where it is. I think if I say the word subscribe, it like lights up and stuff. But thank you. Yeah. So yeah, tell me about what it felt like to be on the floor. Because, I've said it before in many interviews, but I like to remind people that you're not technically live when you're doing this. It's all pre-recorded because just of the nature of VR. So you have the rare opportunity of standing on the floor, watching yourself and the people around you. How was that?
It's always really, really like overpowering. I think especially like the very first time it plays, and like because that, I mean, for me, at least for me, that's the first time I'm seeing like all the lighting and all the visuals put together and all of it. So it's also the first time I'm seeing a lot of that. And it's cool seeing like your own avatar up there, and you're like, it's me. It's a recording of me, dancing around in a room myself for an hour. But I think it's really cool, and like, you're surrounded by a lot of people that are like super pumped, and maybe even it feels like they're almost more pumped than me, I guess. I feel like half the time, like I'm almost just standing there, just like, no, just leave me alone. I just want to watch this. I just want to watch this. And people are kind of constantly getting it up to you and getting in your face and stuff. But it's really, really cool. Like yeah, because like normally when you're playing, even if it's like a pre-recorded show at like at a VR event, for example, you're up on stage and you're kind of playing the DJ role, and you're kind of pumping the crowd up, and this is a nice chance that you just kind of get to sit back and just sort of watch it. So
obviously a lot of this is very positive and good for the soul. Can you tell me a little bit of some sort of trial or tribulation that you faced when doing this?
Sure. I feel like and I had the same thing with Silva previously. I feel like there is a lot of pressure to put out something that's really special. Every year you guys get like hundreds. It's just going up and up and up. You're getting. I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if you broke 1,000 applicants soon. So and you only have so many slots, right? So clearly, I think that there's a lot of opportunity there to like. It feels like you kind of like if I got in and these hundreds of people didn't get in, it feels like I need to make something that's kind of like worthy of that. So I feel like there's a lot of pressure on that, on top of just like personal pressure, because this is by far the biggest thing that I play at, for sure. So it's also like from more of a personal standpoint of like I want this to be like the best thing that I've put together, and I want it to really showcase like my current abilities and my current tastes and like I want it to be like, so I think that there's a lot of pressure. I think both the Silva one and the Somna one now have been over 100 hours of work, and like most of that gets condensed in in a month or so. So trying to get all that done, it's a really short window, from you maybe in early February you hear that you get accepted, and then sets are due like a month and a half later, right? And everything kind of everything feels like it happens very fast because you still have a day job and stuff. So So I feel like that kind of stuff there, and there's definitely been lots of times where it's like I got like half a set together, and I don't know, I just don't like how this thing flows into this thing, and do I just throw this all out? Do I, this? So there's a lot of that kind of going on as well.
So then I guess that leads me into what would you advise people getting into this role? How would they go about it?
I think that, and it's one thing I always struggle with. I think even with like a Furality event, a really big event like that, you have to be able to accept a little bit of imperfection, like a little bit of rough around the edges, like here and there, right? Like certainly you want it to be polished, you want it to be great, but you also can't just beat yourself up about every small detail that's going wrong. Man, like 99.5% of people that will hear this will not hear this like tiny little, mistake that you made, and it's not worth losing sleep over, right? Like I think maybe make sure you're putting the emphasis on the right things, like making sure that you're hitting the big moments that you want to hit, worrying less about the smaller stuff. Also, I think uniquely with Furality, because things like the skits and stuff are a lot more common. I mean, certainly you can do that in a normal event, but it's not necessarily worth the time investment. But like with Furality, you can almost like edit your way out of a problem. So I'd have to recommend that. I don't think I've taken advantage of that yet, but you could 100% be like, man, I don't know how to get to here to here. It's like just do a 30-second skit or something. Just do something dumb with the production team, and just break it up that way or something like that. And don't feel. Also, I think another good piece of advice would be don't be afraid to reach out to other people. I really like what like Loprov, for example, did this last event where they're pulling in a bunch of other artists and stuff and kind of sharing the stage a little bit with that as well. So I think it's maybe another good thing. You don't have to necessarily do it completely alone in the dark.
Great. Awesome. I have one question, but before I do that, so you're a doctor of physics, right? So how about these physics?
There's no physics in VR.
There's no physics in VR. That was dumb. I apologize for my crude behavior. Okay, so please, if you could, before I let you go, would you tell the audience where your socials are, how do we find your music, and any particular doctoral theses that we need to be reading?
Well, the thesis I don't think I can give out without doxing myself. But for socials, it's mostly just Physwolf. That's like Fizz as in physical. Physwolf on everything: Twitter, Blue Sky, Mixcloud. It's DJ Physwolf. The YouTube I think is Physwolf, like two separate words or something like that. But it all comes up if you search the right thing there.
Well, great.
Yeah, so you can find me all over the place like that.
Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for doing what you did. And thanks for talking to me today. It's been a pleasure having you.
It's been a pleasure being here.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.